Cassie, do you know what my favorite holiday is?
What's your favorite holiday?
Cinco de Mayo. Because margaritas, chips and queso, and all things. My favorite food group, Mexican cuisine. So gosh bless Mexicans' victory in 1892 or something like that against I don't know who, but they brought me margaritas, and that's all I care about.
I can get on board with margaritas and Mexican food. No, thank you. The chips are good.
Okay, but do you ever like go to? You'd probably then you don't go to Mexican restaurants very often.
No,
I do frequently. Like date nights are always, almost always Mexican food. And so you always fill up before you get your main dish because they give you the free chips and salsa, and then you always overdo it on the chips and salsa.
I like the guac. I'll eat the chips. I'll eat the guac, but I'm definitely going to get chicken tenders.
They're not even like good chicken tenders then.
No, but they're chicken tenders.
Okay, I like the flautas. I don't even know if I say these things right. I'm like the most American human being, but I say flautas. They're like these little, there's chicken wrapped around in a deep fried or toasted or whatever in a tortilla. Real good, Cassie. And then the guac. And then the queso.
Queso's good.
I could talk about food for forever. I just freaking love food.
Don't they have fried ice cream?
Yeah, they
I
do.
can get on board with that.
Fried ice cream?
Yes.
I feel like they got fried everything though now. And I feel like that's a very Americanized dish.
Well, that's okay.
Just because we're all...
Does Taco Bell count as like
no,
Mexican food?
Cassie, it does not count as Mexican food.
I'm just checking because that's about as far as like my Mexican cuisine will go.
Oh gosh. Nope, I dabble in all of it. Like our location, one of our vet clinics is located right next to a a Mexican restaurant called Los Bandidos.
There's another one down the road apparently too.
Oh yeah, El Azteca. Been there. Mm-hmm. Me and my other coworker Lisa go there quite often for lunch. It's pretty cheap, and I just really like Mexican food, and so I am all aboard on celebrating Cinco de Mayo and those who fought for their right. Yep, I love it. I just think it's great. I don't know what else to say about it.
The margaritas are good.
Oh yeah. This is your first margarita though.
Yeah, I don't generally drink margaritas. Well, I just turned 21, so yeah, not that long ago.
I'm turning 32, but that's fine.
That's okay.
I mean, you're not a huge drinker anyways, are you?
No.
Just more like a social drinker rather than like a let's party hard.
Yeah, I'm not a party hardy kind of person. I'm like a glass of wine with dinner and a good conversation kind of person.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I partied hard. I did not party very hard in my college days, but maybe I did. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to say you probably did if you can't remember it.
Yeah. Well, I worked a lot in college. So, like, while I was going to school, I had like 2 jobs constantly. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really party a whole bunch. But when I did, I don't remember, college.
Yeah. I kind of skipped all of that. I just went right into like the get married like an old person kind of thing.
Yeah, because how old were you when you got married? 20?
21. I turned 21 2 weeks before my wedding. 3 weeks.
What a freaking birthday.
I know.
Yeah, I got married when I was 26.
Yeah.
I think 26.
So still younger.
2019. How about that? That's what I know. Yeah. Anyways, got married when I was 26. Me and Michael dated for like 2 years. Well, we were together for like 2 or 3 years before. 3 years. Mm-hmm. 3 years before we got married.
How long was you? 6 years before we got married? No, 5 years. No, 6. 6 years we were dating. This will be year 7. Mm-hmm. It will be our first wedding.
I feel like people my age are also waiting quite a bit longer to get married.
Yes.
Like I have some friends that I went to school with in River Falls. Comfortable where they're at. They want to get married, obviously, but they don't aren't in a rush. And I feel like you guys are kind of getting married kind of young.
Yeah, I feel like more people around me are like I mean, I have a handful of people that I went to high school with and that I was friends with that are married and have at least 2 kids, 1 or 2 kids by now.
That you went to high school with?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know quite a few of them actually.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm behind.
Oh. I mean, did you have a lot of high school pregnancies?
Not in my class specifically. There was like maybe 1 or 2 that were like seniors when I was freshman. But that was like towards the end of the year. They were going out anyway. They've been with their boyfriend or girlfriend for all the way through high school. So
I feel like I have a younger sister. She 2 grades younger than me, and her class had quite a bit, like a handful, if not like almost 2 handfuls of people that had teen pregnancies.
no, we did a pretty good job of like keeping it together until.
I mean, I'm like not
no
discrediting.
Judgment. Yeah.
Like, good for you, because I can barely do it, and I have a full-time job and out of school. You know.
I do want to give a small round of applause to the people that I know that have 1 or 2 children because they've got their shit together, and I'm still struggling with 2 dogs.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I got the second dog after I had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Do I regret it? Sometimes, but do I love him? Yeah.
My house is going to be a zoo.
Yes. Yeah, and then your dogs are going to get fat because the toddlers drop things off their trays and there's no stopping them.
We're not bringing up animal weight. I've already got enough judgment for that.
Cassie has a very muscular, very lean Labrador, and people
don't like that.
Don't like that her dog is
active.
Very active. He does dock diving, nose work, agility, all this stuff. And so he's a very fit dog that she has worked closely with her veterinarian on, and the vet's happy, so there's really no question or concern. And people like to state their opinion when opinions aren't really needed.
Nope.
And yeah, I mean, the dog's healthy and well taken care of, so I don't understand like why people need to.
I mean, if they want to pay my vet bills, they most definitely can put their opinion out there. I won't have a problem with that.
But if they don't pay, I feel like that's like the thing nowadays. Like, I feel like everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
And everybody feels like their opinion needs to be heard.
Which your opinion can be fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with the opinion part. I really don't. I don't have a problem with people having an opinion. I don't have a problem with people sharing their opinions. But when you get aggressive with me and accuse me of things that are very not true, just because I have a differing opinion than you, that's when I'm like, oh, well, the conversation be over. I'm not going to waste my energy on that.
I don't think that we should judge people based on because their views are different than yours.
No.
Like, I mean, for example, the dog thing. Like, okay, that's fine. And if you want your lab to be 750 pounds,
you do you.
I'm not going to tell you. I'll leave that up to your veterinarian to tell you that your dog's huge.
Speaking of true love, okay, I'm sorry.
Mine's Dazzle. Okay.
Well, yeah, Dazzle. I saw Jelly Roll. I will love him forever. That's never going to change. I love his music. I love him as a person. I love his wife, too, honestly. But I'm going to mess up the name. Do you know the song Watching You? Is it Rodney Atkins?
Yes, when he's like in the back seat. And...
Yeah, I saw a cut of his son, who is now an adult, like an actual adult, redoing that song with him. It was beautiful. Beautiful. And it was so cute.
Is the son beautiful?
How old is the son? The son is beautiful. I don't know. I don't know how old the son is, but he's like grown now. And it was like, it brought tears to my eyes. It was very cute.
I'll have to look that up.
Yes.
Because I did like that song.
Yes, it was very cute. But sorry, yeah.
Anyway, that's okay.
That's my true love. Sarah's my true love.
We like to start out our months together. And Elizabeth, she's back there. My true love is Dazzle. Dazzle's my dog. I have 2 dogs, like I said in the beginning. But I always told Michael that I truly hope this never happens, and I don't think that it ever will, because we're stuck with each other for life. But if we ever do get a divorce, I told Michael I get Dazzle in the divorce, and that's really all I care about. So, and he tried to fight me on it, and I said, listen, she was here before you, and she'll be here after you if it needs to be like that.
Right.
So
Chase doesn't even fight me anymore.
Knox about the dogs?
No, I told him that I was going to take Knox if we ever get a divorce, and he was like, "Okay, but you have to take it. Like he has to take Denali." It was okay. Like, we have a very mutual agreement.
Don't like talking about divorce because I don't think that me and Michael are anywhere near that.
No.
Like, I don't even think it's a possibility, but it's like I also feel like sometimes it's smart to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Like, Michael's allergic to cats. I have a cat. Guess who's getting the cat? Me. His name's Daryl from Walking Dead.
Daryl gets forgotten about.
Yeah. But he sleeps on my chest right here every single night. Kinsey like will grab him and literally just carry him around like this. Like, poor cat just loves our house. Not really, but he's there. Yep. And then Michael doesn't really like Blaze, so I get Blaze. Yeah. Like how you don't really like Denali.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that I don't like him. We just have a mutual agreement, like, we stay away from one another, and if Chase is gone, I am his only, like, option for survival, and then he's nice to me.
That's how Michael and Blaze are.
Yeah.
So Blaze is definitely my dog, prefers me over Michael, but yeah, I'm just get lucky and get 3 animals.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think we have a nice split right now. Like, Denali and Cypress will definitely go with Chase. Cypress hates me. Like, Denali and I have an agreement. Cypress just hates me.
Yeah.
And then I get Knox and Damon, who are gorgeous, beautiful little angels.
Yeah.
The
Yes. So you said you guys were together for 6 years.
Yes.
When did you start dating then?
He started dating
16, 17?
the middle of my our sophomore year of high school.
So that's how you guys met? High school?
Yeah. So my freshman year, I was with a guy that I don't really talk about anymore. And I was trying to avoid other guys, but Chase was really obnoxious.
Weird.
Yeah, so I like hated his guts. And then my sophomore year, I was still with the previous guy, and we had a lot going on there, and I was in a really bad situation, and Chase helped me out of that. And somehow he just wouldn't leave me alone, and I finally gave in.
Which I just find really like fascinating because if any of you know who Chase is, he's a very calm, quiet man, so I can't picture him to be annoying. But...
Yeah. Yeah, he was very obnoxious. Like, I don't even say mean obnoxious. Like, he just, like, was annoying. Like, he was a high school boy, like, kind of, and I hate to say it, but, like, very much like the country stereotype. Like, show up with my boots and my spurs and a little hat, and he drove a big old pickup truck with him and his buddy, and he just annoyed me so much. And then I gave in, and he wasn't that bad. And yes,
still isn't. Right?
No, he's not that bad. No. And I mean, with him being calm, even like with the situation that I was going through, like you said, he's very calm and laid back, and not a lot bothers him. He got very heated over that situation. And I like showed a different side of him, which was like very caring. Yeah, very caring, and like he actually cared about the things that were going around. And even though he wanted to put on like the, well, I don't really give a shit kind of stereotype. So yeah.
Nice. And then the rest is history. And
yeah.
Now we're
and then I kept him.
Married and...
Yep, married. Thinking about children, have a house, plenty of animals.
Chickens.
I do love my chickens.
I almost got Michael to say yes to chickens the other day.
You should get chickens.
I did, because he sent me this video about, like, watch out, or like one of the videos on Facebook or whatever, and it was, watch out, because once she starts doing sourdough, she's going to want to do chickens. And I'm like, I mean, can I?
Yes.
And he just is like, seriously? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, why
like,
not?
I want chickens. And he's like, maybe. And that was it.
You could start with like a couple.
Really, I like 2.
Yeah, well, I would start with like 4.
Maybe.
Just in case Blaze gets into them.
I found a dead squirrel in my backyard, and that's where that came from. And I found a dead bird recently. Yeah. Blaze eats things, and he just doesn't understand how big he is.
No.
Yeah.
I would start with 4.
For chickens.
It'll be fine. How long have you and Michael been together now?
We started dating like October 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, October 23rd of 2016. I was in Madison for school, and one of my classmates was like, "Oh, I'm gonna introduce you to this guy," and like she went to previous college with him, like undergrad or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm just gonna give you his number, like you guys can talk." And then he texted me, and turns out he went to UW Platteville, where my younger sister went.
Okay.
And I texted my younger sister. I'm like, "Hey, do you know this guy? Like, how is he? He plays soccer." Yeah. I don't want to like date a serial killer.
Exactly.
And at that same exact time, I guess, he was texting my sister asking about me. And it turns out him and my sister were really good friends.
No.
So then my sister's like, "Yep, go for it."
Aww.
Yeah. And so.
That's so cute.
Yes. And it's, I mean, not many people know this, but like, so we started dating October 23rd, like official dating October 23rd. And like a week later, I said, "I love you." Because it's like, I don't know, like when you know, you know. Does that make sense? And I mean, here we are. We have 2 children together, so.
Must have loved him enough.
Yeah, just a little, right?
I feel like that's a big thing for us. Like, you said "I love you" right away. I waited a very long time to tell Chase I loved him.
Really?
Yeah, he constantly did. Like even when we were going places, like if we were leaving school, he'd be like, "Oh, I love you," and I'd be like, "Yeah, have a nice day." Like I don't know. Like it wasn't something that I was like just willy nilly throwing around.
I
don't know.
Yeah. Did you ever see that? There's like was a show or something too, where the guy would like say "I love you" and the girl would just go "Thank you."
It's kind of. I feel like that's how Chase felt because I was not like I did not reciprocate until I was ready.
I mean, that's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be sure.
Yeah.
But yes, so I said it very quickly, and it did not scare him away. So that was really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, I look back and I'm like, I would have ran.
What was
if someone said "I love you" to me within a week, I would have been like, "Nope."
No, thank you.
Yeah.
What was like the turning point? Like, when did you realize that?
I don't know. It was just like this feeling that I had. Like, I mean, also didn't help that it was Halloween and we were drinking in Madison. But it's just like, I don't know. Because we were obviously talking for like a month or 2 before that too. And I just like everything lined up, like his values and my values and how he just was as a human is something that I wanted in my life. And yeah, it was nice.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, and now he's just a gem. Just a gem.
He is a gem. He's very funny.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny. He's in Arizona right now, visiting some friends. Or no, on vacation with a friend, some friends, and I just go. I truly am like a true believer of just because you have kids does not mean that your life ends.
Yeah.
I hate when people. I don't hate it. I just dislike when people are like, "Oh, I have kids. I can't do anything."
Yeah.
And like, your life still needs to go on. Like, you are still a person before and after you have these children.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I try to get him to like go visit his friends and like do all these things and like, and then he does the same for me because I mean, I'm here today without my kids. Like, my parents are watching them, obviously, but like, he's like, "Yeah, I don't care. Go do it. Go hang out with your friends."
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's nice.
I think just support like between another person is like a huge thing too. He was like always like passionate about my goals just as much as I am, and
I love that. It's like it's one thing that does make me a little sad. Like, not saying that Chase would ever do that, but like, it breaks my heart when you see a relationship where like one side or the other, not saying it's mom or dad, but like is constantly gone, like living their life, achieving their goals, and one parent isn't like their life has ended, like because they have children.
Yeah,
that's what like, yeah.
So. And I'm very thankful we have the support system that we do. Like, my sisters live near me, my parents live near me. Like, they also love my children, and they're the only kids on my side of the family and his side of the family. But like, everyone always wants to spend time with them.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I think that we both got very lucky with who we have in our life and who we don't have. And
yeah.
Makes
it easier.
It does. It truly does. I don't know. Yeah. And the fact that he really only wanted to have 2 kids was like a huge thing for me too, because until recently, I only wanted 2 kids. It's like, I don't want a middle child, because I was a middle child.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, Cassie, being the oldest born, middle children get forgotten about. It's real. Middle child syndrome, look it up. It's real. Okay? And yeah, and so I only wanted 2, and he's like, that's fine. But now I think I like want a 3rd, because I'm a freaking good mom, and I don't toot my own horn very often.
Well, you are a very good mom.
Yeah, and he don't want a 3rd. I'm like, oh God, making me stick to what I say, you know. So yes, but
I feel like 1 child sounds very nice to me.
mm-hmm.
Unless I'm gonna have twins. 1 child, or give me twins. I don't want it in between.
Oh yeah, I would only go through like the birthing process once.
Yeah.
That part sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna have twins, I want a boy and a girl. Done. There.
See, like that's what I have. I have 2 healthy kids, a boy and a girl. And Michael's like, why would you mix a 3rd in? Because twins also runs in my family. So we got very blessed that we didn't have twins either of the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, why risk it?
That would be
because to go from 2 to 4 would be obnoxious, I think. But
or it could be fun.
Well, then they charge you double for everything at the hospital.
Yeah.
Just rack up the bills.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to pay it, I might as well pay it just all at once.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I don't have a million children right now, so I mean, if I have twins, I'll be happy with it. Yeah. It's good. Done.
Yeah. I had kids
closed.
when I was 27 and 29. No, 26 and 20. 26. Is your dog snoring? That's so cute. 26 and 26 and 28. Yes.
Yeah, because I was 18 when I found out you were having Kinsey.
Yeah, and Mal was born a week before my birthday.
You cannot skip over that story. That we need to circle back to when we all found out you were pregnant with Kinsey.
Sorry, Christian. Oh God. Okay. So I had just started at our clinic.
Correct. Yeah.
Not too long, maybe a couple months.
Yeah, a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just feel so off. I just feel off. So I was at home one night, didn't really tell anybody. I found a pregnancy test in my cupboard. I took it and it was positive. I'm like, whatever. I don't believe that. Like, we had been trying for 4 or 5 months. And I'm like, just get my hopes up. And, well, I also, the month before that one, I had like a chemical pregnancy. So what didn't like stick or anything. And so I'm like, oh, it's probably another whatever. So I didn't think anything. And then the next day I went to work and they asked me to take x-rays. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I should. I mean, I took a pregnancy test last night and it was positive, but I don't really think I'm pregnant. And everyone's like, what? I'm like, well, I mean, there's such thing as like false positives, right? They're like, no. There's like false negatives, but no false positives.
Yep.
And so then Cassie went and got me a pregnancy test, and I took one right there at work.
Mind you, I was 18 and I was already going on a donut run for another pregnant coworker.
Yeah.
Asked to go get donuts, and Sarah pulled me off to the side and was like, hey, while you're at the gas station, can you look for a pregnancy test? 18-year-old me.
There weren't any.
There was not. And if you ask the employee that works at this gas station chain, they'll direct you to where the condoms were. At that point, lady, condoms weren't going to help anybody. I needed a pregnancy test. They don't have any, by the way. So, yeah, that was awkward.
I think then you came back, and then I had to go get one.
Yeah, you went later.
Yeah, and then I went and got one. And then it was positive. I took it at work. They made me take it at work. And so there's that. And then I went home on lunch, and Michael was home with my son. And I go, hey, Mal, how do you feel about being a big brother? And Michael goes, excuse me? Excuse me? like, sorry. He's like, when'd you find out? I said last night, but I didn't believe it, so I didn't tell you. So yeah, but you know, it had been in like July or August, maybe August, because he was home on summer break or something.
Yeah, it was warm.
Yeah, so that's my story. Because I also didn't really want to believe it, because as soon as I find out, like, if I'm pregnant or like when I'm pregnant, I have to get on blood thinners because I have blood clots. So then if I just like ignore it long enough, maybe I won't have to get on blood clots as soon, or blood thinners as soon.
I don't think that's how that works.
It didn't.
No, weird.
Yeah, so everything's fine. I didn't get a blood clot. So
well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that Kinsey's here, and I'm glad that we can share that story. And one day when Kinsey's older, we can tell her that.
Your mom didn't believe you. Yep. We're coming, and nope. Here you are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here
I
we
just,
are.
it's, I don't know how to describe it. It was just like, I took it, it was positive, I'm like, whatever. I don't even remember. Like, it was just like, okay, I don't believe it. Like, I feel, so the first time I was pregnant with Malachi, Michael was at a Packer game when I found out. And it was like, I don't know, it was some huge game. And he, like, and if you've ever been to Lambeau, the reception there sucks. Like when you are in the stadium, so like you can't get reception. Like you can't really text, you can't call anybody. So I didn't want to tell him the first time I'm pregnant was over text either.
Yeah.
And so when he got home that night, I told him, and my sister was standing like or hiding on the stairs, like recording the whole thing because I needed to tell someone. Like your first pregnancy is so exciting. So I told my sister. My sister was working. She's a part-time bartender aside from like her other job. Train. And she's aside from her other job. And so she's like, I gotta go. She shows up with like McDonald's cheeseburgers at my house and is like waiting for Michael to get home and like video records like me telling Michael the whole thing. Like, yeah. And you know, that was so, I mean, you can't just text your first pregnancy, you can't announce it to your significant other that you're pregnant.
No.
So
no.
Yes. And that's how my pregnancies were announced to my husband.
I hope our next pregnancy I can do something cute. And I'm gonna have you record it.
Yes. I think it's so fun to record it. Like I have on my video, I'm pretty sure. The one when I told him about Kinsey, and I know for a fact I had the one about Mal. So this is a lot of information. Because I have a very different cycle. Like I just could go 3 months, 2 months, 2 weeks, whatever. And so I really thought I was going to struggle getting pregnant. I did not. And the whole time we were like talking about it, like before we got married and stuff, he's like, Sarah, my boys can swim. And I'm like, gross, but okay. And Dr. Abby's going to die at that.
Yes. Yep.
And so he was like, yeah, my boys can swim. So when I told him, I was like sitting on the couch in the living room. I made a sign that said, hey, babe, your boys can swim. Like with my pregnancy test right there. He's like, told you. So yeah.
Fair.
It was something.
Love
I feel
that.
like that's just like
that doesn't surprise me with Michael at all.
No, my husband's very open about his body and himself.
Yeah. Chase is very open and I am not. As we know from work, I do not talk about any of that usually.
You and I are very polar opposites.
Yes. Very.
Everyone knows everything about me, I feel like.
Yep.
And not many people. Select few.
Yeah. Very handful of people, like the people that are in this room, and maybe 1 or 2 more know things about me.
Hashtag you. Look at you, Elizabeth.
But Elizabeth's very new to my circle, so I don't feel like she knows everything yet, though.
Oh.
You'll get there. It's fine. You'll get there. Trust me. Apparently, with this, you'll get to know everything. So, congratulations. Welcome to the circle.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I'm also the type of person who asks a lot of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I like to get to know people.
Yes, you do.
Except the other day, I did not like when I asked Amelia a question and she started crying.
You made her cry?
Not on purpose. I just asked her a question and it brought back like a lot of emotions and I like didn't mean to. And so yeah, I apologized. And I texted her that night and apologized. I don't like making people cry.
No, just in good ways.
Yeah.
You're also a gift giver.
Gift giving's my love language. So talking about love still. So I literally, if I see something in a store, this is my biggest flaw. Michael hates it. If we ever separate, it's probably because of this. He's like, if I see something and it reminds me of someone, I buy it for them. Like I went to Walmart one time and I bought Cassie a sweatshirt of Stitch.
It's so nice, though.
Yeah.
I walk the dog in that because it's very warm.
Yep. And then I also bought Cassie a Stitch backpack.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Denali stole that.
Yeah. Yep. And like Amy, if she's having a bad day or something, I just go buy her some Oreos.
Yeah.
And she yells at me because she's dieting, but then so I did, however.
You restrained yourself the other day.
I have, and I restrained myself the other day too, twice now, pretty much, because I saw a sweater that Elizabeth literally would have liked. I took a picture of it and I showed it to her, and I said, "If you want it, I'll go get it." But
like eat it.
She's like, "Oh, I do like that, but don't get it." I'm like, "Okay."
At least you got asked. Most of us don't. So it's like, I got you this.
I do. I just like giving gifts. I don't really like getting gifts. But I like to give them, and I like to see the joy it brings on people's faces. Does that make sense? There's probably some childhood trauma or something that relates to, but yeah,
it's fine. It brings joy to other people, and that makes you happy. So
yes, exactly.
I don't see a problem with it.
No. So when you and Chase were dating, did you guys like talk about how many kids you wanted, or like tell him what you expected out of a proposal?
Yes and no. So we didn't talk about any of that until he proposed. Well, maybe. We touched a little bit. So I come from a very large family. We have 5 kids in total. And being the oldest, I, for the longest time, was stuck on, I don't want children. I don't want to. I spent so long helping with my brothers that I didn't want to do children anymore. And then once he proposed, I was more open to it. Chase very much wanted children. He wanted like 5 or 6, and I told him I'm not a clown car. We can start with like 1 or 2 and see where I'm at. And he was fine with that. We did compromise. As far as like the proposal, no, we didn't really talk about that. Like we knew we wanted to get married eventually. Even with me not having children, Chase was like very stuck on eventually we wanted to get married. I didn't expect a lot. Like I don't care. I wanted to be with him either way. He did very much involve my brothers in the proposal, which was a huge thing for me. Like that was my turning point to know that I actually want to be with him, is when my brothers started liking him. The youngest, Xander, who I'm very close to, started dressing like Chase. He like chopped off like a shirt and walked around during the summer with his like sleeveless t-shirt and his jeans and a pair of like Tim's boots, and like thought he was Chase. So like he was very close with them. As far as proposal, like like Noah, my oldest younger brother, knew like that he had a ring. He knew what the ring looked like, knew what it was going to happen. My Emmett, one of the middle children, yeah, I know he doesn't get forgotten about. Trust me, he makes it very apparent that he doesn't get forgotten about.
Must be nice,
right? Like helped me get ready, like picked out my outfit. I will never forget Emmett knowing what was going on, picking out my outfit. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Like we're going out for like dinner and whatever else. It's not that big of a deal. And he's like, you smell like sadness. You need to fix that.
Oh,
I'm like, oh.
Why were you sad?
I wasn't. I didn't think I was sad, but apparently I smelled like sadness and that needed to be fixed. because he was not going to let me leave the house smelling like sadness on that night.
All right.
Yeah, they were very excited, very, very excited for it. So, but yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about that. Other than that, no, everything just kind of happened as it went.
See, like, I felt like talking about what you wanted in a family was important for me because I was like, I wasn't gonna waste mine or his time. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because like I knew that I wanted children, so if I was with someone who didn't want children, like, and I knew that I wanted to have them right away.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be done having children by the time I was 30. Yeah, that was big for me.
Yeah. We, our values were very much the same. So I guess in that aspect, not that I was going to change my whole life for Chase, but I was willing to negotiate what I wanted going forward. So in that sense, like we were, like I said, our values were very much the same. So that was worth it enough to me to negotiate other things. And it wasn't like either of us were super stubborn about, no, I'm not going to change this. It was just a conversation that needed to be kind of covered and seeing where we could find a middle ground for both of it. So, yeah. I think for that it was pretty easy. So I'm being told, since I'm so uncomfortable talking about sex and sex lives, that we need to talk about this. Sarah, you're very open with this. What do you think you wish you would have known about sex when you were my age?
I wish it wasn't so taboo to talk about. Like, I mean, also, like in high school. I mean, have you ever seen the movie Mean Girls?
Yes.
You literally have sex and die. Like, in that movie, that's what they say.
Yes.
And they make it sound like you have sex once and you get pregnant right away. They don't tell you about like the complication it takes to like get pregnant, like IVF, like endometriosis. Like, they don't tell you about all those things. It's literally you have sex once and you're gonna get pregnant. Like, I wish that they told you these things rather than like, and be scared of it. Like, I wish that we weren't so scared of it. Rather, does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I've very much like, even in school, like you said, like in school, like, oh, you have sex, you're gonna get HIV, AIDS, pregnant, and then you die. Like, there was no other option. And I don't, like, nothing against my parents or where I grew up, but like it wasn't something that we talked about. So like going into a workplace where like everybody just throws it around willy-nilly was very awkward to me. I will never forget Dr. Abby because I did not cover the topic ever at work.
You still don't?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm a little bit more open with certain people, but like when I found out I was pregnant for the first time, Dr. Abby's like, you don't even have sex. Like, do you even know what that is? Like, yes, I'm sorry. So, yeah. I don't know. I
just wish people, like, I hope my children, and this is like something that I hope to instill in them, that they are never afraid to come talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
And like sex being one of them. Like, I would rather them come to me and ask questions than them not know anything. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just, I don't want.
I do love that about Chase's mom, is like, she has always been very open with it. She's like, if you're a teenager, you're gonna do it whether I tell you to or not.
Exactly.
Like, just don't be stupid.
Yes.
Like, and she's always been very open about it. Like, I remember when we would go over to his house, we weren't ever doing anything. We were watching a movie or something, and she'd knock on the door and be like, is everybody's pants on? Before she entered the room.
Like, speaking of Mean Girls, can I get you snacks?
Condoms?
Great.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was, so like, it was very different, like walking into a family like that was very open about it, and our family like just doesn't talk about it. And it might have been because there were so many small children in our home that it was like, okay, why do we need to talk about it?
I mean, I feel like my family's open talking about it more now that I'm an adult than they were when I was a child.
My parents, like, sometimes the things that come out of their mouth, I'm like, where did you come from?
Did I just miss this when I was young? Like, not know the inside jokes or whatever? But I get what you're saying.
Or like information that I don't need to know about their life? No, don't need to know about it. Sorry.
No, so I agree. That's what I wish.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish that it wasn't such a scary topic to talk to children about.
Yeah.
Not children, like children, teenagers, anything. Like I feel like.
And I think there's better ways to cover it, and I wish people covered it differently.
Yes.
Make sure to check out next week's episode as Sarah and I discuss Battle of the Decades to see what different topics were better during
millennials and Gen Zs.
Yeah, versus millennials and Gen Zs.